Every Brawl Stars player has had a bad experience with a random player who is either just garbage at the game or just has an off game. It's one of the most frustrating things to play so well yet to lose because your teammates couldn't play well. It is one of the worst parts of the game, and for a player like me who's at 70,000 plus trophies, it makes the game almost impossible to play with random players. Now, this is an issue Brawl Stars has known about for the longest time, but they will not do anything about it. They've made skin sets, they've talked about it on their podcast, but yet they have done absolutely nothing to help the players that this affects. And so in today's video, I'm going to be trying to get a solution to fix this and get to the bottom of this issue at hand. Before I dive into this video, if you want a chance to win a Brawl Pass Plus, all you have to do is like the video, subscribe, and comment down below. I'm giving a Brawl Pass away at 1,000 subscribers and every single 500 subscribers after that. And also consider checking out my TikTok in the description below and giving that a follow. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So in order to get to the bottom of this, first we have to define what a bad random is. So what is a bad random? A bad random is known as a player that you randomly queue with, hence the random, and they have a bad game, making them a bad player, quote unquote. And so combine the random player and them being bad, and you get a bad random. There's also such thing as a good random, where you queue into a game with random teammates and you get a player who plays good, making them a good random. But good randoms don't usually get talked about, because when you get a carried or even just do decent but have a good random, you just kind of brush it off. But once you get a bad random and you lose the game because of them, then you just go off about how terrible the game is because of your random teammates. Now that we've defined what a bad random is, now let's get into why it's an issue for the game overall. So when the developers make new updates and create content for the game, their whole goal and hope is to retain the current player base and also gain new players to the game. The problem at hand is it's hard to retain players when they don't want to play the game because they keep losing because of their randoms. This is why Supercell makes it so that players at lower trophies play against bots, so that they keep winning and then they keep wanting to play the game. So a lot of times players will say, well, you just have to carry your randoms, you just have to be good enough to carry. But sometimes no matter how good you play, you're just destined to lose because your teammate goes 0-10. For me, it's gotten to a point where I very, very, very rarely random queue and only play with my friends because I just want to avoid random players in general. And so your next question might be, well, if it's such a terrible issue, then how about you just don't random queue, then you won't have to deal with this issue. And I can agree with your point, but the issue with that is sometimes you just have to random queue. The main time you will have to random queue is for ranked, because elo is so busted that you have to play with randoms or else you will just get terrible elo. This can become very problematic in ranked, as sometimes I will queue in legendary with people who aren't even at 10,000 trophies. And there are various other problems, such as teammates who only have a few brawlers at power 11, or teammates who just sell the match by being AFK, or just making a terrible pick. So now that we've determined that this is something that is just unavoidable, let's find a solution to how Supercell can fix this and make the overall playability better for all the players. I have 3 solutions to this, so let's dive into each and every one of them. So the first solution is just to fix ranked so that you don't have to solo queue in order to gain decent elo. I'm making a video on this, so I will touch on that subject a little more in that video. But if they fix it so that you can still solo queue in ranked, but make it so that it's not basically impossible to hit masters in a trio, then that will solve a lot of the issues. My second solution, and this is kind of the big one, but it's to queue people based on trophies. This is something that I'd like to see them do, because anytime I random queue, I'm always with a teammate that is at like 10,000, 20,000, like 30,000, maybe 40,000. I know this may be a lot harder to do and may just be outright impossible, because only 0.3% of the community is at 50,000 plus trophies, and that doesn't even account for the percent that would be at 70,000 trophies like me. This would also mean that you would have to be queued against players of similar trophies to overall balance it out. And so a solution to this is they could make different tiers for queuing. For example, anyone from 0 to 20,000 trophies can random queue with and against each other. Anyone from 21,000 to 40,000 can queue with or against each other. 41,000 to 60,000 and 61,000 and above. This will mean I'm queuing up with people who are my skill set and also against people who are my skill set. But overall, the solution has a lot of problems, and it's not a great solution to handle the issue at hand. So my third and final solution is to actually balance out a punishment system for players who abuse matchmaking. Ranked is the only game mode that currently punishes players for disconnecting or giving up, whereas the other game modes do not have a system like this to punish players. Because imagine this, you're on your game for tier max, you random queue into Brawl Ball and your teammate goes AFK and you lose the game and they get no punishment. How is that fair? Same goes for ranked. Your random teammate can just go AFK and they'll get banned, sure, but they can just wait 3 hours until they're unbanned and just play again. So how does that help you when you've just lost a 5-game win streak and 8 trophies on your game for tier max, or you just lost 3 games worth of elo at legendary 3? While I still think it's healthy for Brawl Stars to punish players in ranked for going AFK, I don't believe it's healthy for Brawl Stars to punish players in regular matches. But I do believe Brawl Stars should reward players who have to deal with the teammate who goes AFK, or reward you for playing with the teammate who is a lot below your level, or playing against a team that is a lot above your skill level. Currently, Brawl Stars does do this in regular matches with Underdog, but Underdog only applies to the Brawlers trophies and not your teammates' overall trophies. I think Brawl Stars should expand on the Underdog system and make it so if you play with somebody who maybe goes AFK in a casual match, or if you play with somebody who's a lot less trophies than you and you lose, then maybe you won't lose as many trophies, or maybe you won't lose any, or maybe you'll be able to keep your win streak, something like that. This should also apply to ranked, so if your teammate goes AFK, or your teammate sells the game, or maybe just has terrible stats, the game will let you lose maybe less elo or give you your elo back, something like that. Because then if this happens, then you won't tend to blame the random teammates because you're not losing anything out of it. Because if you don't lose trophies, or you keep your win streak, or you'll lose less trophies, then it's like, oh, I'm still 1 game away from tier max, it's all good. Or, oh, I still have my win streak, so, I lost 7 trophies, but if I win again, I'll gain 13, so it's not that big of a loss. This is just my opinion on how they can fix the bad random problems. Let me know down below in the comments what you think they could do to fix the bad random problems, or what problems you have with my solution, or if you have a solution of your own, let me know down below. And also, like and subscribe if you want a chance to win a Brawl Pass Plus. It's completely free. All you have to do, like, subscribe, comment down below. And consider checking out my TikTok too. I post a lot of great short form videos over there. So if you want to go ahead and check that out, it's in the description below. Thanks for watching the video and have a great day.